coaches that have won national championships. Matching wits here this afternoon. Maryland going with the black jerseys. It's a blackout Sunday for the Terps.
UConn starting out in their man-to-man. Maryland will try to get the ball into Diamond Miller's hands often on the offensive end.
Pull-up is good from Abby Meyers, and her start will be critical after she was briefly benched last week, back into the starting lineup today.
You saw Maryland pick up in some token pressure. They will continue to do that. As you heard Drea talk about Connecticut's difficulty with pressure in their last game. No difficulty here. They worked all shoot-around today, getting the ball inside, trying to take advantage of their bigs.
Aaliyah Edwards, the 6'3" junior from Ontario, Canada. They will have the size advantage. Maryland was concerned about that today in shoot-around.
Just saw in that shot, Maryland did not send anybody to the offensive boards. They are looking to get back in transition defense because Connecticut's so good when they can run.
Their game is turn you over and then push it. Here is Diamond Miller. She'll attack, going right at Edwards. Her scoop won't go. And here comes Betancourt. Caroline Ducharme, another new addition to the starting lineup. Second turnover here in the early going for Connecticut. There's a look at Brenda. 21 seasons, including the 2006 national championship team. Just picked up her 600th career win against Purdue. Shyanne Sellers goes to the left hand and uses the backboard.
Nice move by Shyanne Sellers. Great footwork, in particular for a guard to step through and get the score.
Betancourt with the bigger Sellers on her defensively. Inesh with the miss. Edwards cleans it up.
It's another area that was a concern for Brenda Frese, was rebounding against Connecticut. They give up some size. Connecticut has had success getting second opportunities this season.
Traditionally, the Terps have been a fabulous rebounding team, but the numbers have not been there this year. A lot of turnover in their lineup. As Diamond Miller's first attempt from downtown is off. Edwards with the face up. Trying to spin. Good dig down, and the takeaway for Pinzon. That's the third turnover already. Leaves it off for Meyers. And a foul on the rebound will go on Faith Masonis. Offensive foul.
She was on the bench as well with foot issues. She needs to be a secondary ball handler against the pressure.
They only have 2 available players to come in off that bench today.
Both are bigs.
Briggs, mid-range.
From bigs to Briggs, I like it.
There you go. And now the push, Betancourt with the spin, finds the open shooter. Lopez Seneschal, and the emotion from Betancourt getting the assist.
Betancourt looks like a completely different person this first 3.5 minutes than the player who finished off the game against Princeton. She was not comfortable at the end of that game, turning the ball over. She has a nice command about her so far today.
3-ball is good from Brene Alexander, the senior transfer from Vanderbilt.
Brenda Frese going to her bench early. Diamond Miller, one of the players on the bench now, and Alexander's done a good job stepping in and hitting threes.
But part of that game plan's got to be to try and wear UConn down, right? With that short bench. Got a whistle underneath.
Ball inside to their bigs, going one-on-one. That's the area where they have the advantage here today, a smaller Maryland team.
Yeah, what did Gino say? I want you guys to just play basketball. Just play one-on-one, just like that. Griffin off the bounce.
That's where she excels, using her quickness and athleticism. Talking about quickness and athleticism right there, Diamond Miller.
Miller got a little too far underneath the bucket. Myers through traffic, pulls up, no. And Griffin has it. Aubrey, the junior from Ossining, New York, has been in the starting lineup the last 6 games due to the thumb injury to Dorka Juhas, who they hope to have back real soon. Didn't play all of last year.
Brother AJ is now in the starting lineup with the Atlanta Hawks, playing well for them. He is Aubrey's sister, though. when we're calling
That's
this
right.
game.
Exactly.
She is not his brother, or he is, I'm sorry, Aubrey's brother. She is not his sister. There we go. Yeah.
Lopez Seneschal is their weapon from outside, and they are finding Edwards anytime they want her inside. They've hit 5 of their first 6 shots of the Huskies.
Matchup to keep an eye on is Griffin on Diamond Miller, because those are the 2 best athletes on the floor right now.
Myers tries the baseline, and the pass hit the bottom of the backboard. Here comes Betancourt on the run.
Ball to the middle. You can see everything. You have so much more room to operate, and it makes you more comfortable. Those little things are making a difference.
I'm just so impressed by it, Drea. In the 4th quarter against Princeton, when she came in, she looked like a player who did not want the basketball in her hands. And today, so far, she's had just a completely different, comfortable feeling with it.
A basket, an assist, 0 turnovers.
Maryland now going to a zone. They were having difficulty defending Connecticut's bigs in their man-to-man. Here they force a turn.
Both games also available on your app, so you can watch it on the go. Myers gets an open look. That won't go. And now Betancourt adds a rebound to her tally. That's the 6th turnover. Maryland so far, though, not able to make them pay for those takeaways. Sellers pulls up and gets it to go.
Shyanne Sellers has been good, has gotten to her spots, been able to finish shots.
Ducharme. There's Edwards. Inside the Ducharme, blocked by Diamond Miller.
Yeah, this zone has been effective so far. If the team's beating you inside, start packing it in. That's what Maryland's doing.
Miller 0 for 4 to start today. Ducharme, that won't go. Now Sellers with the rebound. To go here in the first quarter. Sellers banked it in, and then the shrug.
You know how hard it is to bank a baseline shot in?
Near impossible.
Almost. So now the paint not nearly as open as it was earlier against the man, so you're going to need some of that mid-range shot, some shots from deep as well.
Betancourt off the bounce. Edwards is there. Edwards has 8, and now already a couple of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, really nice start so far for Aaliyah Edwards, the only player in the starting lineup that would be still in the starting lineup if everyone was healthy.
Pull-up is good from Masonis, the senior out of Belmar, New Jersey.
Nice response here from Maryland.
She missed most of last season with an ACL injury, and with all the turnover in the Maryland lineup, they lost 5 of their top 6 players from last year. As Edwards scores again inside. She's got 10.
That pass was a little low, but she went and got it. Instead of letting the Maryland defense do that, instead, Aaliyah Edwards looking really good.
Miller gets inside. 0 for 5 to start the game. Edwards. Aaliyah gets it back. The kick out. Lou sets the feet. No good. And Meyers gets Maryland on the run. Crazy shot. The block. And then they give it right back. Miller drops it off. Masonis fouled. Former UConn assistant coach. And her brother was a hockey player at Connecticut. One of the 9 others. Thanks to my buddies Aaron and Tyler, the radio guys here at Maryland, they dropped that nugget on us pregame.
That's a lot of others, man.
Edwards, a little too far underneath, missed the layup. And now Diamond Miller will hold for one. Gino gets Griffin to back away. Miller will take the uncontested three, short. And that'll take care of the first quarter. 19-15, UConn over Maryland.
Being returned to the U.S. Incredible to have her home.
Start of the second quarter here in College Park. Connecticut shooting better than 50% in that first quarter.
It's not letting her catch the ball in the post. Connecticut guards turning it over.
The 5 Connecticut starters played every minute in that first quarter. They did not come out.
Oh, no.
And now a collision between Betancourt and Edwards. Aaliyah's still wearing the mask, and she got Inesh, it looked like, right in the nose with Mule in the last game. She's been their go-to here today, hitting 5 of 7 shots.
Look at the difference, though, the space that's being taken up in the paint.
Drops it off, nice feed, Aubrey Griffin for 2.
Yeah, you're not going to just be able to duck in anymore. And a great job by Aaliyah Edwards to put the ball on the floor, make the help defense come over.
Miller still looking for her first basket. Diamond steps around and will head to the free throw line.
Yeah. Oh, that's big.
And this is huge now for Connecticut as Lopez Seneschal goes out with 3 personal fouls, and Ayanna Patterson will come on, the freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
So you lose a ball handler, and we talked about it, you know, at the end of the Princeton game, she was also on the bench, and if you're Maryland right now, it's like, all right, it's time to amp up our full court pressure.
They only have one other substitute available, Amari DeBerry, and that's it.
Even if it doesn't bother you early on in the first quarter, getting into the second quarter now, we're seeing a few more turnovers from Betancourt.
As many turnovers as field goals now in the game for Connecticut, 9.
Not a good ratio.
They're fortunate right now. Maryland is only shooting 31%, and Diamond Miller is 0 for 7. Edwards, 16-footer is good. Sellers, who was the hero of their Purdue game, a buzzer beater. They're second in their last 3 games. Good step around by Meyers.
Great initial head fake to get Edwards off of her feet.
There's a shoot around today. You've got to stay on the floor. Ducharme. Those Warriors, the Lakers, Mavs, and the Suns, Nuggets.
Celtics, Bucks, man, can't wait for that one.
Woo. Warriors just got a big win last night against Boston. That's a rarity. Edwards, the fade to try and beat the shot clock. And now the push for Meyers. Briggs spins. Tough pass. Briggs gets her own miss. Sellers will try from just inside the line. That won't go. And here comes Griffin. That's already their 4th team foul. The next one will get UConn on the line the rest of the first half. Betancourt tried to go behind her back, and it's taken away, and then a foul. 3 turnovers now for Inej. Meyers, the skip, Sellers, got it.
Shyanne Sellers has been really, really good. Really, really good in a half where Diamond Miller has struggled to find the hoop.
She's got 9. Puts the crowd up and at him a little bit. Miller through traffic. Diamond kicks it out to Meyers. Back-to-back triples. Timeout, UConn. Yeah, Sellers and Meyers combining for 16 points here in the first half for Maryland. And they have started to crank up the defense, forcing the UConn turnovers. They have outscored the Huskies 12-4 here in the second. Good pick and roll from Edwards to lay it in.
I mean, all the turnovers, and they're talking about it in the studio. Keep in mind, Nika Mule, the point guard, the leading assist maker in all of women's college basketball, out with injury. But also, AZ Fudd was a primary ball handler before she got injured, in particular when teams would extend their pressure.
Fudd, when she went out, was one of the top scorers in the country.
Edwards is the one on the floor who can really score. The problem is she's a post player, so it's not like she can create from the outside. How about Abby Meyers stepping up big?
Another 3 from Meyers, who was pulled out of the starting lineup for their last game against Purdue, coming off the bench. Brenda Free said she needed a jolt, and it has worked well.
I think she's still jolted.
Scored 19 against Purdue, and now off to a good start here today after she went 4 of 17 in the 2 games prior. Edwards, nice cut and a good find by Griffin.
Just playing basketball. Great job by Aaliyah Edwards to continue to move after Aubrey Griffin got stuck behind the hoop.
Meyers. Her 5th bucket of this first half. Griffin thought about the 3, thinks twice, around and out. Offensive rebound. They are just dominating on the glass. Ducharme 3. Extra possession gets them a bucket.
That's the easiest time to hit a 3, when you're open off of the offensive board.
It's plus 11 on the glass right now for Connecticut.
How about Abby Meyers, though, and Shyanne Sellers? How they've played on a day when Diamond Miller's struggling to score.
Another one. Meyers. No heat check necessary. Ducharme tries to answer. Battle for the offensive rebound, and Griffin will head to the line.
One-on-one meeting, and Abby Meyers handled it perfectly. Abby said, I would have done the same thing.
5 for 5 in the second quarter.
I wonder if after this game she'll go and say, and Coach Freeze, by the way, I would have done the same thing by putting me back in the starting lineup today, too.
We'll keep an eye on that. Last foul, by the way, was on Diamond Miller, so she goes to the bench with 2. Meyers making a play on the glass as well. Patterson, now Betancourt. Tried the one-handed pass, and it's another turnover. Sellers drops it off for Alexander. Got it. They are so good on the run.
Yeah, really good. Pushing in transition off of the Connecticut turnover. Maryland continuing to switch up their defenses, last time in a man-to-man.
Griffin. This is game-changing research that helps save lives, and you can join the fight against cancer by visiting v.org/donate. 100% of your donation goes directly to cancer research. As Ayanna Patterson knocks down the shot. Meyers, her first miss of this second quarter. Short on the layup from Patterson.
This has been an entertaining game so far. Decent pace up and down.
Final minute and a half. Maryland trying to beat Connecticut for the first time ever. 0-7 against Gino. As Pinzon hits the three.
What is Maryland from the left corner three? It feels like 100%.
Off the bounce, Edwards. Could get a 2-for-1 here. Alexander triple. And that's going to be a foul on Masonis over the back. Connecticut will get some free throws for 4. 11 for 11 from the floor against Princeton after she shot 1 for 12 in the loss at Notre Dame.
And a lot of them the same shots.
Yeah.
Open threes, drive to the basket, mid-range. That's when you know a player has confidence, when they can follow up a really tough shooting night with a great one.
Meyers does it again. Her 4th triple of the half.
Brene Alexander with an incredible screen to give Meyers the time to get that shot off.
Well, the rest of the Terps have really picked it up. Looking to take the lead into the locker room, even though Diamond Miller does not have a basket in this first half. 2 points at the free throw line. Edwards, offensive foul. Final seconds of the first half, Sellers. And they will not get a shot up.
I caught up with Gino Auriemma coming out of halftime. He said defensively they had 2 focuses to limit Diamond Millers on the inside and Abby Meyers on the outside. He said they did one of those 2 things. They have to find Abby Meyers better this second half. He said offensively it's the turnovers. In a colorful way, he said all our ball handlers are on the bench, but they have got to find a way.
And there is the first basket of the day for Diamond Miller.
Maryland gets to the offensive glass, gets another opportunity. Keep an eye on Lou Lopez-Seneschal. She was the only player for Connecticut who had a positive plus-minus in the first half. Things changed a bit when she came out with that 3rd foul.
Yeah, she only played 11 minutes in that first half. UConn only played 6 players. Griffin gets it inside, lost the handle. Enjoying their biggest lead of the night. Miller. The Pinzon on the other side, no.
Great start on the glass for Maryland.
Sellers was able to tip it to herself. Betancourt with the rebound. They have had tremendous success whenever they've gotten Edwards a touch, number 3 in white. Here she is stepping away from the bucket. Lopez-Seneschal fouled on the shot.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It wasn't clean up top.
Got her money's worth. So Diamond will watch for a bit. Sellers pulls up 15. One-handed snare by Patterson. Patterson with the catch inside. Good look from Lopez-Seneschal. Back to within 5. Looking for 3. That's been their moneymaker today, Alexander.
A Maryland team that makes just under 7 threes a game at 35% has been on fire, and a lot of it has been switching sides of the floor, moving the basketball around. Can they keep it up?
Already with 8 of them, more points from outside the line than inside so far today for Maryland. Ducharme, good catch. And give the assist to Edwards.
Ducharme is a big guard who uses her frame well to post up in the paint. And the answer.
Masonis rattles one in.
Really, really good poise for Maryland. First half, second half. You know, first half they get down, they're able to come back. Here they answer runs.
3 Eastern next Sunday. Get to check out Hannah Jump and Cameron Brink, Haley Jones and company for the number 2 Cardinal. Back up to a 10-point lead for Maryland. Ducharme fouled, 3rd foul, Masonis and Miller. Faith is still in there as Brenda Fries looks down the bench. She'll keep her in there. Ducharme hits the 2nd.
Brenda Fries has a bench she can look down.
I know.
Gino looks over, is like, I got 2.
A bench of 2. Masonis. Sellers gets around Lopez Seneschal with the right hand. She's into double digits. Got 11 points. And Gino wants a timeout. Those of us that have been around a while, Connecticut's been through this before. You go back to the late 90s and early 2000s with the season-ending injuries to Nikisha Sales and Sue Bird, and then that incredible 2001 UConn team that lost.
It's all their ball handlers, their scorers, their creators. It's a little bit easier when you lose a big or 2.
Yeah. Sellers scores inside.
And she's been so good on the offensive end. The young woman whose offensive game has really grown from that last year to this year, playing with tremendous confidence here today.
They shot 30% in the first quarter. They're shooting close to 60% since. And Abby Meyers was really the trigger on the outside. Sellers inside. Short corner bucket is good from Patterson.
Brenda Fries has to be really, really pleased with her team on the offensive end of the floor. This is a Connecticut team that is going to struggle to score because of the players that they do not have. So their hope is to get stops defensively, and Maryland has continued to put points up on the board, move the ball well, take good shots.
And still just the 1 turnover in the game. Here comes Meyers. Alexander off the dribble. Griffin's got it. Nice drop off. Edwards from Lopez Seneschal. 19 now for Aaliyah. Come on for Connecticut. So all 7 and the only 7 available today for the Huskies have now all seen action.
This is the biggest lineup we've seen for Connecticut on the floor, and immediately they turn it over.
DeBerry is the 6'5" sophomore from Williamsville, New York. Meyers for 3.
Yeah, here in this 3rd quarter, Aaliyah Edwards has had the responsibility of defending Abby Meyers.
Miller gets the takeaway. That's 17 turnovers now. And then short on the shot.
Diamond Miller just hasn't looked comfortable all afternoon.
1 for 9 now in the afternoon. Working inside, Edwards. Good muscle to get to the rim.
And Connecticut's got the size advantage, but doesn't help you if you can't get the post to touch. She was in the mid-post and just went to work all on her own, backing her defender down.
She's got to be the go-to every time up the floor, I would think. Lopez Seneschal
here because of injury, but to have Edwards.
The rest of the team has 9. And they are lurking back to a 4-point game. Down by as many as a dozen. With 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. Meyers
But that's their advantage. Involve DeBerry in the on-ball screen, make her step out on Meyers.
Was able to bother that shot attempt. Patterson, no. Offensive rebound, tries again, up and in.
Now Connecticut is out in a 2-3, and with their big lineup, hands in the air, they take up a lot of room.
They've taken away Meyers on the perimeter. She's 0 for 2 this quarter after that big second quarter.
Ooh, is this on Lopez Seneschal?
Her fourth foul as Miller scores on the out-of-bounds play. And here comes the full-court pressure.
Man, that was an unlucky foul, too, because it was just your foot being in the wrong place and accidentally tripping her.
Lopez Seneschal going to take it short. And then a foul on the rebound.
And they call a foul. You can't foul your own teammate, can you?
I don't think so.
Yeah, there was no foul there. I mean, I know you can't.
I knew that was rhetorical.
Okay.
Well, the threes that were falling in the second, not doing so in the third for Maryland. Ducharme got it. Miller. And back it out to Alexander. Another three ball. Got it.
Yeah.
Lavender Briggs.
Great job by Briggs, and that's the player to attack. If DeBerry has to come out on the perimeter, that is not where she's comfortable defensively.
DeBerry gets the assist to Patterson. She's into double digits now with 10.
She keeps it simple, and when she is simple, she's effective.
Miller into the lane on a foul.
Give Betancourt an extra ball handler.
That got the 12-point deficit down to 3 as Miller gets 1 of 2. Betancourt. Final 30 seconds of this third quarter. Ducharme inside the double team, and she walks with it, and that'll turn the shot clock off here for Maryland.
Connecticut's done a much better job taking care of the ball in the second half, but how about Maryland? Two total turnovers in this game. Incredible.
Did not manage the clock well at the end of the half. Can they do better here to end the third?
How about the big girl out on the perimeter defending?
Sellers. Throws it away. She had Diamond Miller open on the other side and didn't look to her.
I can't tell you how hard it is what Aaliyah Edwards is doing. We saw her defending Abby Meyers, fighting around screens. They're out on the perimeter on Sellers. It's hard for big players to do that.
We are headed to the fourth quarter. Is that where we're headed again tonight as they try and beat UConn for the very first time? They're 0 for 7. And Connecticut scores again in the paint.
Again, Ducharme is a big wing, and they like to run that play where they dive her from the opposite wing into the block.
UConn trying to hand Maryland a back-to-back home loss for the first time in 13 years. The last time they were home here, they fell to Nebraska. They've been so tough to beat at home.
And Brenda Fries and Maryland doing a good job picking on the spot where they have the advantage, and that's DeBerry trying to defend a smaller player who can put the ball on the floor.
Lopez Seneschal still sits with 4 fouls. Rejected by DeBerry as she steps out. Briggs, short.
And again, Aaliyah Edwards, that possession is defending Diamond Miller. I mean, this is a big, she's getting it done offensively and defensively, in particular here in the second half in the man-to-man.
Huskies have been trailing since the 4.5-minute mark of the first quarter. And now a chance to tie it or grab the lead. Edwards with a touch inside, even at 62.
Aaliyah Edwards continues to work. Doesn't get the ball initially, so what does she do? She just continues to work. Wow.
And one, Abby Meyers.
Picked a good time to do it.
Yeah. Offensive rebound. Meyers. Sellers to beat the buzzer.
They've gotten so many open looks from three off of their dribble penetration.
Oh, she's wide open. Couldn't knock it down.
Saw the Connecticut coaching staff pointing. The right side of the floor is wide open.
Meyers for three. Rebound Ducharme. Edwards. Dropped it off to Ducharme, and Miller got the held ball up to the scorer's table to check back in with the 4 fouls.
Face her up.
Miller into the lane. Coverage begins. Monday Night Countdown at 6. Maryland now just 5 for 9 at the line.
This here was the lineup for Connecticut that had success in the third quarter with Lopez Seneschal and then extra bigs.
DeBerry has come back in along that front line. Edwards out of bounds to Maryland. So Diamond Miller has made back-to-back defensive plays for the Terps.
When you're having a night like she is in terms of shooting and not scoring, you got to find other ways to feel good and to feel involved and to help your team.
Alexander. She's been making buckets. 8-0 run for Maryland.
Dribble penetration and kick. Dribble penetration and kick. Its last game winner happened against Purdue have been the offensive catalysts in this game for Maryland.
Lopez Seneschal, assist Edwards.
Really good job by Alexander there. She almost drew Lopez Seneschal's 5th foul.
Good bucket out of the timeout drawn up on the UConn bench. Meyers, turnover. Ducharme trying to take it all the way. Count it, and a foul.
Ducharme, in that last UConn huddle, Paige was the first one to speak up. She said they went on their run, now we go on ours. A lot of encouragement from that group right there sitting on the bench for this squad.
And that was their first and 1 opportunity of the game. And they're back within 3. Alexander inside to Diamond Miller. And the basket for Diamond.
Against a long, tall Amari DeBerry. Nice job by Diamond Miller to keep her patience and get the shot up on the rim.
Under 6 to go. DeBerry in and out. Rebound Meyers. Miller pushes. Pinzan. No.
Really good decision, though, by Miller. Get deep into the paint and then find your shooter in the corner.
Who's going to make the better decisions here down the stretch? Lopez Seneschal the 3.
They're going to review
They're
it.
going to look to see if it's a 2 or a 3. Initially here, they're only giving her a 2.
Yeah, that's a 2.
And it will stay that way. Yeah. Good job by the officials.
And to do it quickly.
Yes.
Yay monitor review.
And the 2-point shot. Returning for the number 13.
11 now for Lopez Seneschal. 5 players in double digits for the Huskies. 4 for Maryland. Sellers blocked by
Big defensive play by Amari DeBerry, and when Connecticut was in the man-to-man, Maryland was picking on her on the perimeter, and since they've gone zone, she's been able to take up space, and just a great job there. Beautiful block, beautiful recovery of it.
At 6'5", elevated and got up there with Sellers. Did not play in that first half. And now making plays here in the fourth quarter.
Abby Meyers picking up full court.
Four fouls for Seneschal, and there's an offensive foul on Ducharme as Sellers gets it back.
Sellers sold that one. That was right in front of us. We'll get a chance to see it again. Ducharme comes down. I mean, she puts the arm bar up. I don't know how much of a push there was, but great job by Sellers.
Lopez, Seneschal, and Masonis playing with 4 fouls. 5 minutes to go. Is it Miller time?
Good patience by Maryland.
Diamond for 3. Alexander. Sellers. Foul by Edwards.
Penetrate and kick to the corners. Maryland has made their living on that all game long. Edwards tries to close out. Oh, did she get her?
That's the 3rd foul on Aaliyah. And 3 free throws coming for Shy. They're 7 for 10 now from the line. Make it 18 now for Sellers. Her last 3 games, she's been averaging 17. Has picked it up a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And they've needed her today. Gets all 3 of them.
Yeah, Leah Edwards got her right on the arm on the follow through to get to the free throw line.
She is not on the floor right now. They elect to go with a different group, and for the 2nd time in a row, they score on the inbounds out of a timeout.
Beautifully executed play. Get the ball into DeBerry, knowing that you're going to have a cutter in Aubrey Griffin.
UConn is at 6 of its 8 shots here in the 4th. Alexander, good for 3.
From the 3-point line, just they continue to take advantage of slow closeouts or switching sides of the floor.
33 points from outside the arc, and they force another turnover. Three and a half to go. Masonis dribbled it off her foot to the Huskies. Lopez Seneschal tied up by Sellers, and that's another turnover.
How many jump balls have they had?
Sellers, Alexander, and DeBerry fouled by Masonis, and that's her 5th.
And DeBerry kind of just lost her balance.
And then over and back. Well, right now, the lack of a primary ball handler and decision maker affecting Connecticut as Maryland tries to take advantage and extend the lead. Miller. Meyers the turnaround. Ducharme. One-handed scoop, no. Offensive rebound for Griffin. Griffin pulls up, 15-footer short. Comes all the way back out to her. And they find Edwards. Ducharme. Tough shot. Edwards, offensive rebound. She'll take care of it herself.
Edwards will find Edwards. You can't get the ball in your hands off the set and you're big, you go to the offensive glass.
25 for Aaliyah. Under 2 minutes to go. 2-possession game. Alexander for three. And here comes Connecticut. Griffin. Ducharme. Edwards, no. Diamond Miller. Diamond Miller. Baseline. Wrap. Fouled by Edwards. A stripe. Now for Diamond. Time of the essence for Connecticut. Lopez Seneschal for three. And that's good.
1 minute remaining.
Meyers drives, got in trouble up in the air. Alexander. Miller, open look. Huge three for Diamond Miller. Down on the deck, fighting for the loose ball, and Maryland comes up with it. Knocked out of bounds to UConn. 17 seconds to go.
Massive shot by Diamond Miller, left open, which for most of today would have been okay for a Connecticut defense, but makes the big one when it matters most.
Her first three of the afternoon. After she was 0 for 7 in the first half, she's come back in the second, trying to beat Connecticut for the very first time and trying to keep that streak alive, if not. Lopez Seneschal, baseline pull.
Of course, it can't be Lopez Seneschal that gives the foul for UConn.
Inbound to Miller. And there's the foul. They lost a few precious seconds. Their Betancourt did not foul right away.
Penalty foul, number 34, Patterson. That's her third.
So Patterson gets the foul with 8.6 seconds to go.
At the line for Maryland, Diamond Miller, shooting two.
Outstanding three-point shooting today for Maryland. They will certainly win the ball security battle today. And scoring points off of those turnovers critical. Lopez Seneschal gets the shot up, and that'll do it. For the first time in school history, the Maryland Terrapins